Okay, I'm Quanesha The Fashionista, and welcome to Effortlessly Chic. Today, we're going to be doing a fashion tutorial for one of my favorite things, shoes. Shoes. So, with summer soon approaching, I think it will be greatly appropriate to start with sandals. Talking about shoes. And I'm excited just saying the word, so hopefully you will be too. Today's tutorial is going to be about customizing sandals for the summer. And I know we've all had that shopping experience where we've gone out looking for a specific pair of shoes that we have in mind and could not find them. Well, today I'm going to show you how to get rid of that problem, make your own, and at a probably better price than you would have found getting them off the store shelves. So this is my craft set. And I'm going to just show you some of the things that I use. So we'll keep it really simple today and start off with some of the basics. When dealing with fashion and craft projects, there's just some very basic items you should have. Should always have a good pair of shears. Obviously, measuring instruments. I prefer a tape measure, but for some people, an actual ruler is better because it's a hard surface and a lot of the times they're clear, transparent, so you can see through them. These are some brushes. I use them for paints, also to apply adhesives, glue, and things of that nature. These are some very affordable general glues that can be purchased in craft stores as well as local Dollar Trees, Walgreens, pretty much any supply store, as well as tape. Any kind of tape usually does the job, preferably clear. And my trusty, always handy seam tape. And we'll see how in each design we can use each of these tools. So today we're going to do 3 different designs for 3 different levels. So I'm going to do a basic design for the beginner. I'm going to do an intermediate design for someone who's played around with crafts before, a little comfortable using some of the utensils, but just not all the way there. And then I'm going to do an advanced design for people who have used sewing skills before, needle, thread, and know their way around a craft setting. So let's get started. So again, we're going to take a very basic, simple sandal and make it to a custom design. Now this sandal was purchased, it was less than $5. So this whole project, each design is going to be under $10 budget. So each pair of shoes I paid $5 for, and each craft item was also about $5. So it'll make this entire project about $10 and about 10 minutes. So you can't go wrong with that. So for the first design, for the beginners, we're just going to simply apply a shoe accessory. And these can be purchased at any local accessory store, icings, things of that nature, places that you can find in the mall. You can also find them in the specialty department of shoe stores, DSW, things like that. Everyone's carrying shoe accessories now because they are popular. So this is basically just a bow. It's got a pin on it, almost like a pendant, a bow pendant. And we're just going to simply apply it. Center it to the shoe, and we're just going to apply it. Now when you put it on, you want to make sure it's centered to your foot, and obviously it's something that can be changed because it's just a pin. But once it pins on, it's pretty sturdy, it'll stay. You can walk with it. You don't have to worry about it coming off. Now what I will tell you when it comes to using the pin designs, sometimes because it is metal and you will be able to feel it on your toes, it may cause some discomfort. And that is where my handy dandy tape comes in. And I prefer to use a thicker clear banded tape, such as this one. And all you want to do is, I'm going to grab the scissors. These are actually shears, so they're specifically for fabric. And it's not okay to use them on other materials, but I'm going to cheat right now. So you just want to take a piece, cut it off, and put it right behind where that metal piece would be. So that instead of feeling the metal bar go across your toes, you will feel the smoothness of the tape. And it definitely will provide comfort for you. And if you're keeping track of time, I'm sure that was a lot less than 10 minutes. There you go. For a beginner's level, in under 10 minutes, for under $10, you have a customized pair of sandals. Perfect slides, wear them with jeans with a cuff, wear them with cut-off shorts, wear them with the bathing suit. Just wear them. So next we're gonna get into a little more complex design style, and I will consider this one to be a more of an intermediate level. And we're gonna be gluing. So still no hardcore material, still no sewing experience required. We're just gonna get into it and do it. So with this particular design, we're gonna apply a decorative layer of fabric. And this is a designer inspired pattern that I purchased on Etsy. And we're basically just gonna take it, overlay it, and glue it. Now I've already pre-measured these to match up exactly to the allowance of the sandal. So basically I'm just gonna overlap the fabric that's already existing. And what I did to ensure that the edges were extremely straight is that I used seam tape to fold them down and iron them. Seam tape is a two-way sticky tape that's applied with heat. So you can use an iron, put it on either side of the fabric, and then it will mend it together. So basically I just folded it, put a thin strip of seam tape in the middle to create a crisp edge that I will align straight across like that. Just with regular tacky glue, which works on most fabrics, lightweight fabrics like these. So before we start to glue them, before we get them secured, I just want to make sure that it's even, so that the design patterns, I made sure that the patterns were a match so that when the shoes are side by side, they'll show the same color design, they'll show the same initial patterns, and they will look official. So just gonna get these lined up, and then we'll flip it over and apply our tacky glue. So, looks good. And what we want to do is just start with the perimeter, because for the most part, that's where we will get it to grip to the existing fabric. So you want to start with the edges, not too thick because you don't want it to spill over. You just want to create a little frame around it and keep it thin because this is a thin fabric and you don't want it to bleed through. This is where your brush comes into hand. And you just want to create even strokes. So we're ready to apply it. Just want to make sure that we have it lined up. Start with the outside. Go all the way down to the base of the sole. Turn it to the other side and do the same thing. You want to do the edges first And then we'll tuck the horizontal seams. Horizontal seams. And you just want to try to squeeze it a little bit so that it applies. And this does wipe off. If you notice, I got a little bit of the glue on the sole. That's not a big deal. I'm sure the same thing will happen with you. Don't be discouraged. It'll wipe right off. It's just glue. It's just glue. Water base. And once you get both of the edges tacky, you just want to put your hand in to create the shape of the shoe. And you just want to tuck it. Tuck it. And again, we just want to make sure that the seams are lined up so that the shoe patterns show the same. And we're working on the second shoe. And I'm just going to try a little stronger glue just for video purposes, because this super glue, and it's just one that's actually for craft. You can use it for metal, you can use it for fabric, you can use it for jewelry. And this one actually bonds a lot quicker because there's less drying time. So just to give you guys a more real-time effect, I like to use this glue. And again, we're just tracing a thin layer about an inch, about a quarter inch from the parameter. And again, we're just gonna line it up very strategically to make sure that this fabric is lined up with the base of the shoe for the actual slide. Then we'll do the same thing on the outside. You just want to make sure you get really close. Line it up. And then you just hit the front and you want to start tucking even. Depending on the fabric of the actual sandal, it may stretch, it may not. So that's why you want to just make sure that you're handling it accordingly. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on this part because I got a flap coming up. And if you notice that you need another layer, a little more, just do it according to the fabric of the shoe. This I'm actually bonding to a suede type fabric. So it is a little more difficult to take to the glue, but we are all done. So there you are with a glue adhesive overlay for an immediate custom design sandal, all under $10, all under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes. All right. Now we're going to move over to our third and final design for this episode. And this one is for a more advanced craft person, so to speak. We will be sewing in this design. So the first thing you'll need is a needle and thread. And it's a little difficult to see, but I am using a clear transparent thread, which is great to have for any sewing kit, because you literally cannot see it. It's actually my favorite kind to use for hemming. Also, if you get a little rip or tear. And for this particular project, I'm using a thicker needle only because I'm going to be going through the denim, which is the thicker fabric. So I decided to use a more flirty, fun design, and this one could be a little kid-friendly as well. So just wanted to let you all know that these designs can work for all ages. And this is basically just a ribbon, a strap with a bedazzled design on it, a colorful bedazzled design. So what we're gonna do is take the strip again, and we want to line it up over the sandal surface. And this just happens to be the exact width or very close width to the design. And we're gonna leave those frayed designs there as a part of the design. I just think it adds a little something extra to it. We got the bedazzled polished look, and then we got a little authentic fray. So I think it gives it a really good look. So we'll just line it up. And with this, you wanna leave it hanging over a little bit, because at the end we can cut it. So if it reaches down a little bit closer to the seam and not exactly right there, it's fine, because the way this fabric curves, you want to give it some allowance to move when you're sewing. So you can see it. We got one strap on, and we're ready to go to the other side. Now I still have a little bit of thread left on here, and it'll be enough to handle the next strap. So what I'm gonna do is just take what I have left and do a knot in it. And you just do the knot by whipping it around your finger a couple times and then pulling through. That creates a knot, and that'll keep the thread from slipping through the fabric and holding its place as we start the next one. So we have our other strap. And again, we just want to put it to the inner part of the shoe, making sure that it's level with the other side so that everything is equal, even. And then we just want to go in and out. Actually, I'm going out and in, but same difference. And my thread is much shorter here, you'll see, which makes it a lot more manageable. Again, I've been sewing for a while, so a longer thread doesn't bother me, but you will notice that it's easier to manage when it's shorter. So just want to do our whip stitch. Remember, we're going in and out of the same spot. And if your ribbon is loose, don't worry, because we have not cut that part yet. So we are going to cut that to get it in place. Again, we're just doing our whip stitch right now, back and forth for the strap, in and out, in and out. And we are almost ready. I'm really excited about this project. I hope a lot of you will challenge yourselves, to make different designs on different levels and become more familiar with utilizing different craft tools that you may not use on a regular basis, like the needle, if you're more comfortable with using, obviously, glue and the tape and things like that. I hope that this will inspire you to get more into it, because it's a lost skill, but it's very handy. I can't tell you how many things I bought that didn't fit, that I was lucky enough to know how to sew to be able to make it fit myself or someone in my family. Or being short, obviously, I use seam tape twice a week. So got that good and tight, and we're just going to snip, and we will secure it with our 3 knots. So we have a lace-up sandal. And again, we left this a little over the edge so that at the end, once we have everything secured, we can literally just go right by and cut it exactly to the shape of the shoe, which will fluctuate and flex depending on the material of the sandal you used. So sometimes you can cut straight across, sometimes you may need to alter it a little bit for it to fit. So that's why we want to wait to the very end to do that, so that we can make sure that everything is even. Same thing on this side. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna get everything lined up. And again, we use the pin to keep it secure, so as we're navigating and moving around the shoe, we still have our center base. And just gonna move it over to the edge And here we are with our third and final design for the day, our advanced design where we used our sewing technique. So as you can see, we made this one a little funky and did mix-match or different color straps for the ankles, but again, we're customizing, so we can do whatever it is that we like. So that was a little fun touch to put on this one. Like I said, these designs can work for women of all ages, all purposes. The idea is just to get a classic, usable, wearable, durable beach sandal, slide, thong sandal, what have you. And you don't necessarily have to use this design shoe. This is just in style, and I prefer this wide band slide style over a thong sandal flip-flop. So thank you all so much for coming to the show today. I am very excited. Again, this is Effortlessly Chic, and please be sure to check back with me every week. I will be posting new videos. You can also follow me on IG at Effortlessly Chic. That's without an E. Effortlessly Chic, FFORTLESSLY Chic, CHIC. I am Quanesha The Fashionista. Please do me a favor, subscribe, like below, and make sure you come back to see me. Not only that, make sure you tell a friend who's going to tell a friend and tell another friend. Again, I do post on IG, and I give little snippets and tidbits about what the next video is going to cover, so make sure you check me out to have a little preview of what the next video is going to be about, and I will see you all next week.